The news this Tuesday starts with the resurgence of violence in Syria. Roberto Chatata, the apostolic vicar of Aleppo and spiritual leader of Syria's Latin Catholics, has spoken about the dramatic situation engulfing the divided nation. The violence erupted on Thursday, primarily between supporters of former President Bashar al-Assad and Syria's new rulers in the coastal Latakia region, home to the Alawite minority, who are linked to the Assad family. Within just 72 hours, over 1,300 people, many of them civilians, were killed in the clashes, with entire Alawite families, including women and children, being slaughtered. Many homes were destroyed, forcing thousands to flee. The lack of an international response has only made the situation more critical, with innocent lives continuing to be caught in the crossfire. As talks to extend the Gaza ceasefire continue, tensions are rising in the region. Mediators are pushing for progress, but Israel has launched new airstrikes as shortages of food, medicine, and fuel threaten a growing crisis. Joseph Talik reports that U.S. officials met with mediators on Tuesday to try to bridge the gap between Hamas and Israel. Israel has also sent a delegation to Doha for more ceasefire discussions, while Hamas leaders wrapped up talks in Cairo earlier this week. Despite these efforts, no breakthrough has been made to resolve the tensions, raising fears of a return to full-scale conflict. Fighting has been halted since January 19th under the first phase of a truce, with Hamas releasing 33 Israeli hostages in exchange for 2,000 Palestinian prisoners. However, violence continues, with 4 Palestinians killed in an Israeli airstrike today. Hamas is pushing for a second phase of talks, which would include Israel's full withdrawal from Gaza. However, Israel insists that Hamas must free the remaining hostages before Phase 2 can begin. Israel has also cut off food, medicine, and fuel supplies, hoping to pressure Hamas into accepting its terms. The UN Relief Agency warns that Gaza could soon face another hunger crisis, with the situation deteriorating rapidly. Church leaders in Jerusalem have called for immediate, unrestricted humanitarian access to Gaza, urging that the sanctity of human life must outweigh the forces of destruction. Finally, good news from Cuba, which has granted early release to 553 prisoners following a deal mediated by the Holy See and agreed by former U.S. President Joe Biden. The deal was rescinded by Donald Trump immediately upon taking office, but the Cuban government continued the release of prisoners to mark the Jubilee year of the Catholic Church.